Good morning, everybody, and thanks for joining me today. I have Mary Cogswell here. We're at Camelot. I almost said elementary school, but intermediate school here. So, which in Brookings, if you don't know, is our 4th and 5th graders here at the school. It's an amazing facility. And so fairly, I want to say new, but it's not that new.
10 years.
10 years is still fairly new here in our district. So Mary, what do you do here at Camelot?
I am the beginning band director at Camelot. So I teach all of the students that decide they want to try band in 5th grade.
And so with that, how many students do you see each week?
Well, I see all the students. They each get 120-minute small group lesson per week.
Okay.
And then we have, I would say, probably 1.5 rehearsals. We have one full rehearsal and then kind of another short one as well. So.
And how many students is that?
It's about split pretty close to half. I have 2 groups and it's about half and half.
Okay. And so if you are not familiar with band programs, that means Mary teaches everything.
Right.
So we're flutes, clarinet, trombone, tuba, percussion. She does it all.
Yep.
And do kids don't have to have experience playing an instrument correct prior to this?
Right, except for percussion.
Okay.
And then we do request to have some piano background for many reasons, and I always get asked that. But one, the percussion music tends to move faster than the wind instruments, and so it's nice to have that background so we can move quicker through that material. And because just the sheer number of instruments there are to learn, they really need to know how to read notes and count rhythms first, so we don't have to spend time on that and able to cover all of the instruments we need to.
And so you see over 100 kids each week, whether it's for private lessons and then groups wise. And so when you're doing this, you're doing everything. So in your small lessons, you're teaching how to hold the instrument, how to play the instrument, but also, and then, which is amazing, by December, you're already playing music, which is a testament to you as a teacher. But I mean, just the power of music and being able to do all that kind of thing too. So what inspired you to go into this field?
You know, I started piano lessons when I was 8 years old, and I really don't know why I decided to go out for band. Neither of my parents were in band, so I thought it must have looked cool or sounded cool or something. In 5th grade when they introduced it, and again, I don't know why I picked the clarinet, but that was my primary instrument, so that's kind of how I got started. And then, you know, as I got older, you know, I think I had some musical talent, and I worked at it, but then I found that, you know, I think this is something that I really enjoy, that I'm good at, and then probably when I got into high school, probably my high school.
So you're a high school band director then, would you say inspired you to continue on?
Yeah, I would say he inspired me to continue on, and you know, I had actually started being a piano major when I went to college, and then once I started going and taking the music education courses that you have to go out and observe, I think that's when I kind of knew, okay, band, I think that's really what I'm most interested in, that's what I want to pursue.
Are you SDSU, or have you been in South Dakota here the whole time?
No, so I'm from Sioux Falls. I'm a Sioux Falls Lincoln grad. And then after that I went to Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota. And then came back to South Dakota after I graduated and had a degree and taught in a very small town just southwest of Sioux Falls for 4 years, and then I have been here. This is my 25th year in the Brookings School District.
Oh my gosh, that's a long time.
It's a long time.
It's a long time.
I've started lots of beginners.
That's good. And I'll say the growth of the program, and it's a testament to all of our teachers that start beginners about how amazing the program grows further on, because it really is kind of that foundation that really starts that love of learning and creativity with music. So what inspires you now, either as a band director or as an artist in general?
You know, I would say right now I've been very fortunate, and much to the testament of our school district, being able to go to some professional development conferences and conventions, and some of them are national, international, and the people that I've been able to meet and connect with and be able to, some of which actually collaborate with. I think
Okay.
that right now is what's most inspiring to me, and that then I can pass that information and those ideas onto the students here at Camelot. And I think that's probably my biggest inspiration right now, and you know, having actually a husband that is really supportive of me doing that and encourages me to do that. So that's been very fun and exciting.
Well, we were just talking about how a lot of professions in general, but a lot of those in the fine arts are never just a 9-to-5 job.
No.
There's a lot of outside work, whether it's practicing your craft or score study, or as a teacher preparing your lesson plans and thinking about how do I reach that student so that way they can feel fulfilled by this creatively, and just how much extra time it does take to be able to prepare all that kind of stuff. Because music and art in general, it's ever changing, and so it's
Very
kind
much
of
so.
finding how to expand and to reach all those students that, you know, as time changes. I mean, 25 years is a long time
Yep.
to be
Absolutely.
teaching somewhere, and I assume that, you know, what you did 25 years ago, it looks very different
Very
now.
different, yeah. So this is my 29th year overall of teaching, and yes, it has changed dramatically in those 29 years. So
Sure.
yeah, you have to evolve with it. Otherwise, you know, you're not going to serve the students well if you
Sure.
don't evolve with it.
And I'll do a little brag on Mary here. So she is the incoming president-elect for the South
Great.
Dakota Bandmasters, but also the current president of,
Phi Beta Mu.
so which is what?
It's just the local music honorary chapter of the music fraternity in the state, and that's a national and international organization too. But so I'm the state president of
Sure.
that. So
So she does, it comes and inspires your kids all day,
Yeah.
but then also does all this extra stuff on the outside, which is amazing. Thank you for doing
no,
all
you're
that
welcome.
stuff.
It's fun to do. It is time consuming, but you know it's very fulfilling, and you know you can do more outreach that way too, which is great.
And so what's Rock This Band? I know this is something that we do
Right.
here at Camelot.
Yes, so Rock This Band is a tune that is in our Sound Innovations, the beginning band book that we
Okay.
use now for, I think it's 9 years. So we've played Rock This Band the whole time we've used the book, and it was probably maybe 2 or 3 years into using the book that I found the kids love this.
Sure.
And so, you know, they love it, that inspires them, and that makes them play more.
Sure.
And so it kind of became a thing every year, and so we do it every year now at our
Okay.
5 through 12 concert. And it has a clapping part, so when we start playing it, all of the other 6 through 12 band students join
Okay,
in because
okay.
they've all played it now.
Okay.
And then I know the composer of the piece, of the method book, and so we've kept in contact. I've known him for a long time, and so in amongst our conversations about 2 years ago, he said, you know, I'm going to do a reboot of Rock This Band,
Sure.
and I'm dedicating it to you and your school. And
Nice.
so, yes, so that's now going to be our 5 through 12 finale this year. That'll
Okay.
be new this year. And so, yeah, that's really exciting, and the kids think it's really cool. So.
But it's nice to have ownership of that kind
Right,
of thing.
exactly.
So. And so speaking of Rock This Band concert next week, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So what is it? Next Thursday, where is it at?
Yep, it's Thursday, February 27th
Okay.
at the high school,
Okay.
Joe Stead Gym, beginning at 7 p.m. and it's free. Everyone is welcome.
Okay. And this is all bands, right?
Yes,
5th grade through 12th
all the way
grade.
through 12. So it's great to be able to see the progression from when they are in 5th grade all the
Absolutely.
way till they're seniors in high school. So
And as a mom of a 6th grader, I would encourage you to get there a little early.
Yes.
Because it is, there are how many students in the district in band?
it's over 400, maybe 420 or so.
So 400 students times parents and grandparents and siblings.
Yep.
It's a lot of people, but a really amazing concert.
Yeah, it's
so.
fun. Yeah, so get there early, especially for parking.
So what piece of advice would you give somebody who's looking to go into being like a band teacher?
You know, the best piece of advice is just make sure you know the basics. I think many times in colleges, kind of universally, they don't cover like the really basics, what
Sure.
you need to really teach the beginners, really what they know, what they need to know to succeed.
Sure.
And I say, you know, really bring yourself down and get those connections with the really little kids, because that's where it starts.
Right.
And so that's my biggest piece of advice. Really don't underestimate what you need to know for those beginners.
Sure.
And other things you will grow into, and some of it isn't that far back from where they currently are as, you know, college students. But yeah, that's what I really, encourage them to do, and just get out there and observe all sorts of, environments. That's the best thing, is just see what else other people are doing.
And I know that you would feel like, as a college student looking to do that, getting out, like, I think teachers are very open to having someone
absolutely.
in their
I think so.
classroom, either volunteering or helping, or just either observing, just so that way you kind of get that experience and I would agree with you, beginners, because I feel like you don't think about, as a teacher, like as a piano teacher or violin, even percussion, like it's see, we're at school
Fourth
today.
grade, anybody that hasn't already eaten lunch, please
Time
make
for
sure you head down to
announcements.
lunchroom now. Thank you.
But you get them at their very basic. You're not going to get someone who maybe even knows how to read the staff or
Nope,
do that kind
right.
of stuff. You're starting at the very beginning.
Correct.
And it's knowing how to reach those kids and start kind of at that bottom level.
Right, and you have to be very, very patient.
Oh, yeah.
That's the key, really.
Yeah. Well, and Mary gets them at the almost middle school age, so her patience level is probably pretty high around here. So,
I think it is most of the time, yeah.
so besides all the amazing stuff you do here at Camelot and in your music thing, what do you do for fun outside of this?
Like we were talking about,
Yeah.
not a lot of other things for fun. Mainly just spending time with my husband and relaxing.
Sure.
And when we have the opportunity to do a little bit of travel, is what we like to do, and just sit around and be able to enjoy each other's company and talk with each other. And we're both educators, so it's
Sure.
great to be able to do that in our off time.
And we all know teachers don't have a lot of off time,
Nope.
but it is nice to, I'm sure, decompress
Yep,
outside
right.
of things. So.
Yep, it is.
But next Thursday, February 27th,
Yep.
7:30, high school
Yep,
gym, 7 o'clock.
7 p.m.
Okay, so not the 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
At the high school gym. We'll make sure we make a post about that.
That'd be great.
What else this semester is going on? There'll be a concert at the end of the year too.
Right. Yep. And of course we always play Star Wars.
Okay.
That's always a big highlight for the students. So yeah, that I believe is Thursday, May 14th. I believe and that's the Camelot Band and Vocal Concert. We do those combined, 5th grade.
Okay.
So
lots of fun things to look forward
Yes.
to here
Yep.
this semester. Thanks for joining me today.
thank you. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks.